Hello everyone, this is my build guide from my strength stacking Whirlwind, my way of doing it, so to say. I can show you a quick map before we get into the other shit. Let's do one on T9. Just do a random one. So you can see what the damage is like. Okay, so this build is very fast for mapping and it's a very good bosser, I would say. It fits both roles very well. It all just depends on your gear, to be honest. But yeah, you can see it's clearing pretty fast. Good AoE. It's pretty tanky. We got 3.6k life. We have a bit reserved, so 1.6k reserved. And it's still pretty tanky with that. We're capped in all rests apart from erosion. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And I'm gonna show you the boss damage here in a sec. I'm sitting at around 200 mil right now. It's pretty good damage. It's also fairly tanky, I would say. Yeah, you see, we melt the boss pretty quickly, no problem, in a T8 even. This one probably had some kind of damage mods too. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Well, that's a T8. Pretty okay, I would say. Not too bad. Could have went a little bit faster, but doesn't really matter. Show my skill tree. So yeah, you get Whirlwind at 32, I think. Want to link it in this order, I would say. Sound preparation, precision strike, guard, attack focus, and bloodthirsty slaughter last. For the potion, this is what I'm running. You start from the top and go down, depending on which one you want. So yeah, like start with residues and go berserk. Running quick mobility, periodic burst, and harden for my leap slam. And I'm actually running Bull's Rage in this build with Deathwheel Soul Focus, extended duration, and cooldown reduction. Bloodthirst with Mania, Bloodbath, Cost Conversion, and Mass Effect. This is fairly good. It increased the effect by Bloodthirst by a lot, all of these. So getting like these two on 5 points, or a 5 link, so to say, is very good. Gives you a lot of damage. Precise auras, erosion application for the additional damage to life. And then stand as one, because it has no multiplier, so you just get a 7% aura effect for free. Fixate Scourge with seal conversion, and you put Abysmal Hatred for the increased curse effect, so we get more damage. Precise Rejuvenation, this one is really good, I would say. It's increased life restoration speed. This one is extra armor, so I would recommend getting these precise gems. They're not expensive at all. That's pretty much it for the skills. So you want to start with God of Might, and you get the attack skill cost minus 10 for the leveling. It's very good, and you get double damage per 100 strength, which is pretty nice too, and increased strength. Yeah, and you get a lot of like weapon attack speed, movement speed. Yeah, crit. Pretty much it. We go burnout and fueling. These two are the best in my opinion. You could go elimination too if you want to early. Depends on what you feel like. Either one is fine. Then we go into Warlord. Spec with a life to get some more life. It's always good to have that. Since we're reserving our life, we want as high life pool as possible so we can maintain a good life pool still. Here in Warlord we get the fire damage per 50 strength, which is really nice. And we get the fist conversion to fire, which makes us be 100% fire damage. Get some more double damage and crit and yeah, other stuff. More max life. Regen, some other stuff. Here we go sweep. And for the second one we go focused blow. Those are the best ones in my opinion. Here we start like fervor and a lot of crit, so it's pretty good to go ranger, I would say. And yeah, this caps out your crit. Like it should definitely cap out your crit. When you have fervor, you pick up fluke. Before you have fervor, you pick up gravity, because fluke doesn't give you anything if you don't have fervor. For the last one, we pick up impending. These other two are pretty useless for us, I would say. You don't really need more crit, so it's kind of useless. Doesn't do anything really. Hero traits, go anger, frenzy furious, rampaging, boiling anger, and reverberation. I'm not sure if I'm using the best supports for this, but I'm using mark and added fire damage. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is the best though, but yeah, I'll have to check into that. Probably gonna check it on stream later. Let's see our gear. Can check here. We have like this is pretty high end stuff. Like, but I'm just gonna go through my gear quick so you can see like what I want in my build, so to say. Yeah. This base is pretty expensive. You can go for a cheaper base, like budget base. It's no problem. It doesn't like it gives me a lot of damage, but focusing on your weapons is better. I would say. This is just very nice to have if you have the additional currency for it. But yeah, +1 melee skill level. If you can get this helmet, I think it's 90 FE or something. It gives you a lot of damage just from the +1 melee skill. For the chest, we're using this to gain a agility blessing. You don't, like I said, you don't need this chest either. You can just skip the blessing, focus blessing, and you get the agility blessing on the ring instead of focus blessing, and it shouldn't be too expensive. So then you can just go for a normal chest or a unique chest with a skill area and AoE damage. It's either one. For amulet, you this stat is useless. I noticed. I didn't know that before crafting this, but yeah. You want +2 active skill gems instead, but yeah. I'll have to recraft it at some point. Otherwise, it's pretty much perfect, apart from the T2 strength. But I fucked the item up, so that's why I have T2. You can go. There is some unique amulets you can use too, which are pretty good. I don't know them on top of my head, but yeah. Okay, so main stat on gloves. You don't need ranged rusters either, but you really want this fire conversion. To cap your or to get your fire conversion to 100, so you're 100% fire damage. And I picked this because they have life regain. That's pretty much it. It gives you more life regain. It's very good implicit for you. And yeah, just basic strength, erosion, lightning, max life. Like, do yeah, whatever you need pretty much. Eternal Sun is best if you can get one with the corroded additional life regen speed. It is even better. But this one I'm using for mapping. You could get one of these two, or I'm just using it overall, to be honest. I'm gonna switch to Eternity later, or no, Infinity they're called, right? Yeah, I think they're called Infinity. It will give me a lot more damage and most likely more survivability. We use Ranger Dirty Boots because we don't really gain anything for the mobility skill cooldown, because since we're using Leap Slam, it doesn't have any cooldown. We get extra mobility damage, which is Whirlwind. Yeah, we get some different pretty good stats. For ring, I picked up this ring. You don't really need this. You can skip like the fist as added fire and put in life if you need life. It depends, but um, yeah, pretty much these stats you want on the ring. I went for this implicit because I needed the fire and cold. That's why I have it. Yeah, this weapon. You start with strength, go with attack speed, or crit, doesn't matter, but you always start with the strength, I would say. And when you have done all these three stats, like the suffixes, you just craft any flat fizz on it, and then you start doing ruling embers on the weapon. Because the ruling ember, the flat fizz will roll over the flat fizz that you got from the craft, so you can start rolling flat fizz earlier, and it doesn't cost more to like get the fizzes extra or added attack fizz per 12 strength. But yeah, this is pretty much as good as the weapon gets. Same strat as this, you roll out the suffixes, craft flat, just any flat fizz, and then you just start ruling embering it, either to get the T1 fizz per strength or to get the upgraded flat fizz. You take the gear fizz last if you want to add that until you can omnius it to get what you want. Yeah. My stats, by the way, looks like this. We have 120, 108, 87, 57, so we're pretty overcapped right now. Our rests are definitely not a problem. 913 strength, 50k survival. Pretty good crit. 5.2k life. 111 skill area. Yeah, pretty good stats, I would say. Definitely not too bad. You could go for like budget options for the weapons, by the way. When you start off, you don't really need the fizz as extra strength. You just kind of roll normal weapons with fizz, flat fizz, attack speed like crit. Yeah, like pretty much that. Like flat fire damage. Doesn't really matter too much. Further upgrades that I'm getting, by the way, is I'm gonna get probably gonna switch out the life on this one to get +2 active skill gems. Gonna make a new amulet and get +2 active skill gems instead of physical skill level gems. Change the belt to an infinity. Will give me more damage and maybe more survivability. We'll see. Depends on the belt that I get, of course. They're pretty expensive. And here, the upgrade here is to Omnius it to get the increased gear fizz from the Omnius, which goes up to 180%. Could probably upgrade it. I end up confusing too, and probably upgrade this in some way too. But the other gear is pretty much, I don't know, you can't really change it too much because you need erosion rest and everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I went through everything. But yeah, if you have any questions on the build, you can go to my stream at twitch.tv twitch.tv/sappy with 2 Y's, lol. And you can find me there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or on stream. Peace.